Have you ever collapsed into bed immediately after a workout, barely managing to shower, let alone follow proper recovery protocols? Or perhaps you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, staying up for hours after exercise, handling work or personal tasks before finally hitting the pillow in the early morning hours. Most people don't give this timing much thought. They assume that as long as they've completed their workout, their muscles will grow regardless of when they sleep. However, recent groundbreaking research in sports medicine reveals just how catastrophically wrong this assumption is. A comprehensive study conducted by leading medical universities has uncovered that both sleeping immediately after exercise and sleeping too late after workouts can devastatingly impact muscle growth. The most shocking finding shows that improper sleep timing can reduce exercise effectiveness by a staggering 30%. The devastating impact of immediate post-exercise sleep. Many fitness enthusiasts consider it natural to crash into bed right after an intense workout, overwhelmed by fatigue. This couldn't be more detrimental to muscle development. Internationally validated sports physiology research demonstrates that falling asleep immediately after exercise causes muscle protein synthesis rates to plummet to just 40% of normal levels. This means that exercise-induced muscle fiber damage fails to recover properly, while muscle breakdown actually accelerates. Why does this happen? Post-exercise, our bodies remain in a heightened sympathetic nervous system state. Heart rate stays elevated, and stress hormones, like cortisol, peak at maximum levels. When sleep occurs abruptly in this condition, the body cannot transition into proper recovery mode. World-class medical researchers compared groups who slept immediately after exercise versus those who allowed appropriate cool-down time. The immediate sleep group showed 23% lower muscle mass gains and required an average of 18 hours longer for muscle recovery. Even more alarming is how immediate post-workout sleep disrupts growth hormone release. Normal growth hormone secretion peaks most actively 1 to 2 hours after entering deep sleep. However, sleeping while still in exercise-induced stress completely misses this critical window. The severe problems of late bedtime after exercise. What about sleeping many hours after working out? Unfortunately, this proves equally harmful to muscle development. Research published in prestigious international medical journals shows that people who sleep more than 4 hours after exercise experience up to 35% decreased muscle protein synthesis efficiency. This actually exceeds the damage caused by immediate post-workout sleep. This occurs because the optimal window for muscle protein synthesis gets completely missed. Expert analysis from recognized medical groups indicates that muscle protein synthesis peaks between 2 to 4 hours post-exercise. Proper sleep during this time frame maximizes the synergistic effects of growth hormone and testosterone. Late bedtime particularly maintains cortisol levels at abnormally high states. Cortisol actively promotes muscle breakdown, meaning that, regardless of workout intensity, muscles simply won't grow when this hormone stays elevated. Global medical research meta-analysis reports that chronic late sleepers have 12% less muscle mass than average individuals. The golden sleep timing for maximum muscle growth. When should you sleep to maximize exercise benefits? Clinical trials from top-tier research institutions provide a definitive answer. Sleeping between 2 to 2.5 hours after exercise completion proves most beneficial for muscle growth. Participants who followed this timing showed 42% higher muscle mass gains and 28% superior strength improvements compared to other groups. Why is this timeframe optimal? First, it allows exercise-induced sympathetic nervous system excitement to adequately settle. Heart rate stabilizes and body temperature gradually decreases, naturally preparing for sleep. Second, this timing perfectly aligns with muscle protein synthesis peak activity. Around 2 hours post-exercise, amino acid absorption reaches maximum levels, while growth factor activity intensifies. Deep sleep during this period triggers explosive growth hormone release, maximizing muscle recovery and development. International sports medicine authorities analyzed sleep patterns of individuals. Following this golden timing, results showed 23% higher deep sleep ratios and 37% increased growth hormone secretion compared to average populations. Optimizing the critical 2-hour window. How you spend the 2 hours between exercise completion and sleep fundamentally determines muscle growth success. Proper utilization of this period can double workout effectiveness. The first 30 minutes should focus on cool down and nutrition. Light stretching or foam rolling relieves muscle tension while consuming properly. Balanced protein and carbohydrates aids recovery. Milk, bananas, and Greek yogurt prove particularly effective during this phase. The next hour involves light daily activities, while allowing natural body relaxation. Reading, listening to music, or gentle organizing works well. Avoid smartphone or computer screens during this time, as blue light disrupts melatonin production and compromises sleep quality. The final 30 minutes constitute serious sleep preparation. Take a lukewarm shower and adjust bedroom temperature between 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Natural sleep aids like lavender, aromatherapy, or chamomile tea can enhance this process. The decisive hormonal impact of sleep timing. Proper sleep timing matters because it directly connects to hormonal secretion patterns. Muscle growth depends on complex hormonal networks that regulate development. Growth hormone releases most abundantly during the first deep sleep stage. Large-scale cohort studies show that people sleeping 2 hours post-exercise had 54% higher growth hormone levels compared to those sleeping after midnight. Testosterone follows similar patterns. This crucial hormone for muscle synthesis reaches peak secretion when sleep occurs at optimal post-exercise timing. Research on men aged 20 to 40 found that proper sleep timing groups maintained testosterone levels 19% higher than average. Conversely, cortisol shows opposite patterns. This muscle-degrading stress hormone becomes abnormally elevated with improper sleep timing. People sleeping immediately after exercise or too late frequently exceeded normal cortisol ranges. Age-specific sleep timing variations. Optimal sleep timing subtly varies by age group. According to large-scale medical research findings, young adults in their 20s and early 30s benefit most from sleeping approximately 2 hours post-exercise. This age group possesses superior recovery capabilities and active hormone production, requiring relatively brief cool-down periods. Late 30s to 40s individuals need slightly longer intervals. Sleeping between 2.5 to 3 hours after exercise proves ideal. Stress hormone reduction takes longer during this life stage, and muscle recovery speeds naturally decrease. Those over 50 require even more careful approaches. Depending on exercise intensity, 3 to 4 hour intervals provide optimal safety. Sleep quality generally declines in this age group, necessitating complete body relaxation before sleep initiation. Exercise intensity-based sleep timing adjustments. Optimal sleep timing also depends on workout intensity. Based on findings from renowned sports medicine institutes, high-intensity weight training or interval workouts require 2.5 to 3 hour waiting periods before sleep. These exercises extremely stimulate sympathetic nervous systems and create significant inflammatory responses, demanding adequate settling time. Moderate intensity cardio or standard strength training benefits from approximately 2 hour intervals. This aligns with the previously mentioned golden timing and applies to most common exercise types. Light yoga, Pilates, or low-intensity activities need only 1.5 to 2 hours. These exercises actually activate parasympathetic nervous systems naturally, inducing sleep readiness. The vicious cycle of improper sleep timing. Many overlook that incorrect sleep timing doesn't end as a 1 or 2 day problem. Repeated poor patterns create serious cyclical structures. Continuously sleeping immediately after exercise or too late completely disrupts circadian rhythms. Internationally recognized sleep medicine research reports that people maintaining these patterns for over 3 weeks actually lost muscle mass despite regular exercise. More seriously, poor sleep quality directly impacts next-day exercise performance. People with improper sleep timing showed 15% decreased strength and over 20% reduced endurance during subsequent workouts. This creates a classic vicious cycle. Poor sleep reduces exercise capacity. Diminished workout effects encourage more intense training, which further disrupts sleep timing. Eventually, muscles refuse to grow regardless of effort intensity. If this information about post-exercise sleep timing has been helpful, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more evidence-based health content. Start applying these strategies tonight for your precious muscle growth journey.